who's Gas Station Bob and Overall Dave?
Ooh.
I love these nicknames, by the way, bro. Like you've hit these are like wrestler names. These are, I picture these characters in my life. Like when I first heard about Kenji, I used to think Mr. Miyagi from afar.
Like,
and I was like, he's got it. He's
that's what I envisioned too. Like a ponytail, tight hair pulled back. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Ready to teach some, you think like, he's going to teach plants. He's Be Real's head grower. And then you meet him and you're like, dude, he's one of us. He's just like,
dude. Yeah, bro. Oh man. So where did you hear this story? I have to always ask because whenever anybody mentions Bob's name, I'm like, yeah.
Hashtag. So
yeah, because he started going off. I had to tell him, bro. I was like, bro, you're putting fucking Bob's face on this shit, dude. Bob don't like that shit, dude. Like,
so he had reached out to us like, dude, you got to get that story. Yeah. Then obviously shout out to the homies.
Like, the story's already out there, bro. You're not doing any help right now. You know what I mean? Like,
and then third, I heard you mention it on Good Pizza. Shout out to the homie Good Pizza and those dudes Proper Doinks and all those dudes up north.
Super good time.
We love the NorCal guys. Like I love that group. Like, that whole team, they are like one big team.
They are,
guys. And so now this has popped up 2 or 3 times. And I honestly, when I first heard it, I thought he's trying to put it on some guy we've never, like, Gas Station Andy.
Yeah.
And you're like, who?
You're just thinking I'm making up some fucking name, right?
Yeah.
So Bob is a real person. Okay. He does work at the gas station who my neighbor owns, who is also a legendary character in the game. Some of these people I don't really want to mention because, they don't
want to be outed.
They don't want to be outed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are super good people that are fucking, anybody that knows who owns the gas station in Leggett knows who owns the gas station in Leggett. And Bob works there, and and he's a good dude. And Bob, is a key part of the whole story. I used to live behind the gas station. I used to smoke with Bob every fucking day. So yeah,
But he was someone when you were growing up that you were around.
Well, I mean, he's been around for a long time, dude.
Okay,
so it kind of goes into a deep story. So like, I have other partners, okay, or I had other partners,
okay.
The other guys, you know what I mean? We used to be a big crew, you know what I mean? And it was a cool thing. We named the whole thing together, everything. So like, yeah, we created Skittles, you know what I mean? The name, yeah, for sure, we brought that out, and we brought it out as a group, and Bob, his point in the story, it gets real muddy because I don't want to mention everybody and everything. I don't want to
anything you're cool with talking about.
So Fields used to date Bob's daughter, the original Miss Skittles. Okay. And Bob had a son, Justin, and Justin, is, Fields used to help take care of Justin, and basically, Fields got the clones from the mother room, and that's how, Fields got them. And then we got them I got them from Tone, and Tone got them from Fields, but other people got the clones too, I don't know if they got them from Fields or what, you know what I mean? Or if they got them from Bob or what, but Bob was the common denominator. It was Bob's stuff. It all came from Bob. Bob's the one that even brought it. You know what I mean? So
once it starts getting popular,
when it got popular is when it got muddy. There's Evan in town who was a key player, who gave it to the fucking the Humboldt concentrate boys who were, fucking bunch of dorks and fucking went and did a bunch of stupid shit. And, other people that were played in parts of it, they're. So, it's a touchy story, because you have, the real story is that, Fields is taking care of Justin and helping out, and they were all family, you know what I mean? And that's where the Skittle came from. But, Fields is a part of the story, just like I'm a part of the story. Tone's a part of the story. We're all part of the story. You know what I mean? So it's a good story. The fact that Bob, though, hasn't got his shine is kind of something to me. So this year we're looking to do a little something for Bob. He don't know it yet.
He's open to it. Like he
really doesn't want nothing. He's really just the most fucking coolest fucking Oscar the Grouch dude you ever fucking meet in your life, bro. He's just like most cool dude, like, but funny and just a good dude, man. You know, I like smoking with Bob. We go by there and chief with him. But Bob, so the story of Skittles, besides, you know, I don't really want to get too much into the gritty of the other part, you know what I mean? But the story of the Skittle came from Bob and Overall Dave, which is his buddy. They went down to a place called Modesto and fucking picked up a tray of clones from, Bob said, from a guy that was going through a breakup with his lady and fucking had to get rid of some plants, some clones, and fucking had some equipment or whatever it was. And so Bob grabbed the clones and thought they were something that they weren't, brought them back home, fucking, you know, yada, yada. They originally were got as, I don't want to say sherbet. That was what Bob said, sherbet.
But it could have been a mislabel.
Right. Could have been a mislabel or whatever it was. Maybe it was like a bag seed. Because at that point, you got to think in 2011 was where I about dated this back to. 2011, in that time, 10, 11, cookies was booming. And it was like 2011, 12. Everybody was looking for these things, you know? And so, you know, if sherbet was on the clone, whether it was a mislabel or this or that or what, that's what Bob got it as. When it got brought back to Leggett, Fields called it sherbet, you know, and it was Leggett sherbet, right? That was what the locals call it, Leggett sherbet. And so that was like fucking what it was. Fields came up with the name Skittles. I didn't fucking like that name. I thought it was going to get us sued.
Did you have some other potential?
I was like, no, that's not a good one. You know what I mean? Like,
you were predicting the future.
I was like, dude, honestly, I think I've heard of a strain called Skittles before. It's kind of like a generic name. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really, you know, but when he wanted it, you know, it's a Z's. All right, whatever, dog. We'll change it. It's going to be Z's, whatever. So, yeah, you know, that was it.
And so when this strain starts to get notoriety, right? Let's say, because obviously you guys get it. It's not an easy grower. It's not like of a lot of the other strains, like not to say that you can't get her dialed, but like it's a difficult grow. Like we joke,
it's
like
not a vertical plant. It's a horizontal plant, and it wants to be packed in like a sea of green. It doesn't really want to grow like a bush. If you can put them in more together, you just get the heads and then you just cut down on the sides, right? And so you got to grow more of them, which means you need clones of them, which that sucks cloning the plant. So it makes it a strategically hard plant to even successfully grow a good amount of. And then it's a stingy bitch at that. And it's a slower grower, but a faster flower. So it's a different plant to really grow. Yeah. You know what I mean? It reminds me a lot of the purple, like the granddaddy and the grape and the Urkels and stuff like that. And or the lemonades, like how the structures and how it's like a slower cloning, little squat fucker. And it flowers faster, but it's fucking like slower on the clone and the grow, you know? So you have to stack your mother room and your clone section a lot more to make up for that and compensate for that. But you can do it. And that's really part of the reason why it's maintained the fucking mystique too. It's nobody wants to grow an unsuccessful, hard to yield crop that's fucking hard to fucking sell for a premium if you don't really have a name or you're nobody anyway. So overnight, you know, a lot of the locals like threw the shit away and fucking, yeah, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, next, fucking later.
Even now, I know growers are like, oh, they have a cut of it, but I'm like, you don't grow it? And they're like, hell no.
Fuck no. I'll grow one for myself. You know what I mean?
Literally. And people have acquired it through paid crazy amounts, but
I've turned down $300,000 several times.